Hi, I'm here with Steven Dargham, Head of Major Events at Telstra Broadcast Services. Steven, tell me about the remote production facilities Telstra used for the America's Cup.
Because we had to invent ourselves and address the word COVID and the challenges we had. We use our remote production facilities, the Broadcast Operations Centre in Sydney, which is around 6 years old. It was the first full IP remote broadcast operations. We use some functionalities of this Broadcast Operations Centre in Sydney, Pitt Street, to manage the operation end-to-end. It was a booking office as well, but also controlled all the online streaming to YouTube, Facebook, America's Cup, etc. And also did manage all the global media network contribution and distribution to more than 55 major network, 190 countries across the globe.
Okay. And what about the underlying technology in terms of compression and video? What was utilised here?
For the America's Cup, there was 4 feeds, plus you got telemetry and data and statistics feeds, etc. But for the America's Cup itself, we use MPEG-4, but we were capable of doing J2K at the time. We kept it simple. Obviously, we need to contribute to so many countries, so we had to go to MPEG-4 because that's widely accepted as acceptable. It's not going to create problems for takers. So we went back to MPEG-4 to deliver the America's Cup.
Okay. And a project like this must generate huge amounts of data. How is this integrated and managed?
From our perspective is we had to provide the connectivity capable of taking so much statistics and data. For the America's Cup itself, we had unlit fibre, but we activated with dual 10 gig diverse from the regatta and from the venues that landed in Sydney at the Broadcast Operations Centre. And from there we had our global media network, an affiliated network to distribute across the globe. So you need the bandwidth for it. And we've relied on our vast subsea cable network in the Asia-Pacific region, connecting Europe to Asia, Asia to Europe. We had multiple diverse routes from venue to across the globe. This is optical transport network. We're talking about here 400 and 800 gigs. So we had tons of capacity out of a venue, but on this occasion we didn't have to use, we got plenty. But for internet, it's a different story. The first time you deploy it, the second day, can we upgrade? So it's typical across, internet is always in demand, it's always more. And that's what we see from such events is the video feed that you plan is sort of stable. Maybe there's a new taker, we can accommodate quickly. And that's the beauty of the network we deployed. It had the flexibility and it allowed us as well to onboard new customers at the last minute. Also, it empowered America's Cup and Circle O to go and sell rights to many countries, with confidence, knowing that we can deliver to them.
And what about any challenges that you faced? Was there anything in particular, and how did you cope with them?
Well, the challenge itself, COVID disrupted everything. But I say it, necessity is a mother of all invention. Although it was a challenge, restriction, travel, quarantine, we took it as an opportunity, to be honest. In 2020, 2021, we never stopped because we continued to work. So we took this opportunity and deployed those new technology that everyone were afraid to use. But because of necessity, we had the network, we knew it will work. It's not like something we had to create on the fly. But we were reluctant, and right holders and takers reluctant to take this one extra step for full-on remote production. For America's Cup, we didn't have anyone on site. We had one staff on a part-time basis. So those challenges, logistic, etc., we had to overcome. The other way as well is Australia and New Zealand were relatively COVID-free, although we still had lockdown, but we could not travel anywhere. So this is one of the challenges. Network-wise, we had to do things in advance because, to avoid snap lockdown. In particular in Australia and New Zealand, you have 1 or 2 cases, they lock up a country. So we had to factor in this in our plans. We also had to factor extra capacity to those, to Europe and America in particular, for right holders in America to cater for extra feed, extra bandwidth. And we ended up using that, for example, to the US. We ended up with one world feed. We ended up with a bouquet of feed that the right holders in the US wanted. So we quickly, spun it up and delivered over our network with ease. But you had to plan for it. So these are the challenges that we faced. Of course, America's Cup, you need to prepare. It's one of the most prestigious events. And having the experience, because this is not my first America's Cup, I've participated in Valencia, Spain. That was a little bit in San Francisco, and of course in Auckland. So we had the experience to overcome those challenges.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much.
Thank you.